I went on a walk tonight, and it was reminiscent of 30,000 miles in 90 days. People who believe that they have endurance haven't really tested themselves. I didn't walk with any particular purpose in mind, other than to clear my head of frustration, side serving of disappointment, and a dessert of bitterness. I'm at the Amphitheater at Elm Creek, and I think I'm going to try and figure out if I can somehow reserve it for my birthday next spring. By then, a book that will help many people in the area of communication should be published by then. When lies are believed, an interesting phenomenon happens. There becomes a growing collective who think the same way. This is what's happened with 1969, but also in my life. Getting things straightened out and getting people thinking correctly has been a challenge. As a teacher of 22 years with 0 disciplinary actions taken against me the entire time, I've always tried to come at things from a different angle if people don't understand. Sometimes it takes a drawing. Sometimes it takes role-playing and having them teach you so that you find out where the gap is. Some people are tactile learners. Everybody learns differently. But there are modes of learning. Something interesting happens when people reach adulthood. They stunt themselves. They hobble themselves. And they enslave themselves into thinking with the masses. It's a strange phenomenon. And the media has played into this. And companies advertise to it. Part of marketing and advertising is selling a product. Well, our government has sold us a lot of products about history. Some recent, others a little bit more in the past. collective thought is the end result. And just because a majority of people think something is correct, it doesn't make it correct. There are so many ways, scientifically, to prove we've never, ever gone to the moon. And something strange happens in people's thinking because they hold near and dear to what they believe. And people think that their opinions of things not based in fact, but their opinions, are the truth. When you don't consider facts in a situation, you're really ultimately gullible, and nobody likes to be taken advantage of. Our government has taken the liberty of hiding things and calling them something else. One of the most fascinating things about the belief is that it goes like this. Here we are, nothing's here. Look at us, we're playing golf. We're rolling around. Ha, isn't that funny he fell? I have to tell you, you fooled us with the suits and the ship. What about the 386 dimpled ball and the club to hit it with? Where's that shielding? Where are the stars in the sky of the moon? I look up at our beautiful view, and I can't believe that so much attention is, look at me, we're in the foreground, hey, look at us, that everybody's missing all of the blackness. When you pay close attention to your surroundings, both near and far, you gain intuitive intelligence. And for years, people have said, something just doesn't seem right about all this. But people get distracted with something else. It could be work, it could be family, it could be social obligations, it could be exercise, it could be sex, it could be drugs. Whatever it is, that distractibility, especially today, being addicted to a screen, pulls us away from greater knowledge and ultimate truth. I don't know everything. But what I do know is that I will never close my mind to what somebody else has to contribute or say. And one strategy that the government uses to keep things secret is to simply ignore it as if it's never been said. Well, I'm sorry. Rem Milligan is here. And I'm going to keep on telling it the way it is until people get it. We've been fucked for a very long time. It does not make me very proud or feel very patriotic to call myself an American. And that's a really sad statement of truth. The lying, cheating, stealing, murder, all those things my government does makes me not very proud. If our government does not change its thinking, it's going to drive itself out of existence because they don't have anything to defend against an army, do they? Besides their orders. And there's one order that should be revoked and removed. Because it's what the military is going to use against our government. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. The military will simply say, we were just following the order, and then it'll make our government look ridiculous. COVID is part of 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. The microwave, well, the millimeter microwave wavelength does a variety of different things. It masks itself as a surveillance tool, but it also can do physical torture, and it can invisibly deliver mysterious cancer. And it breaks DNA, which means your children start life off without God's complete sept, like you did. It means that hereditary illness and sickness will be inevitable in the future generations. It means that ADD and ADHD will become rampant. Neurological difficulties will result. We're going to see an entire retarded generation. It'll be after all of us who are addicted to control and domination are dead. But what does that leave for the future? The millimeter microwave wavelength also is responsible for the crazy heat we felt this summer. The sun's not different. The temperature's not that extreme. You know what it is? An excessive dose of microwave radiation. That's why we feel so hot. So, climate change isn't actually going on. It's climate of our bodies. And our trees are feeling the same effect. If you look on the internet and ask AI, is an excessive or is a high dose of microwaves safe? You'll get the answer that the cellular industry doesn't want you to know, and that the government doesn't want you to know. Because AI will give you the honest-to-God truth. Sorry, CIA. Duh. How do you like AI now? If we want a better world, we're going to have to fight for that better world. Because our government is digging us straight into the ground. And the military's ready. They're going, yeah, do it. Whew. It's crazy what's honestly going on. And the root of it all is because my government, our government, wants to be able to know how many times you piss or shit, wants to hear you having sex. Yeah, it's that perverse. Mm-hmm. They've got enough control. It's time to give some of it back to the people. We don't deserve to be treated the way we are today. We deserve respect. And we deserve better leadership. Because you haven't done anything for the people that's worthy of mention in more than a century. You've catered to the elite. So that's where you get your tax money from. You've got enough money. It's time to treat us. By reversing cancer. That'd be an excellent start. Release the cure. And I bet you people will forget all about COVID. Continue on your path. The numbers are just going to keep growing. And what new illness are you going to be able to explain why middle-aged or middle school-aged students are coming down with cancer? Come on. All cancer is an abnormal growth after a certain number of repetitions. That's why it takes a long time before people develop cancer. So the fact that people are developing it sooner is a startling piece of evidence that our DNA is breaking. This has gone on too long, the video. But there will be more. Nobody's ever going to shut me up. And I promise you that. Have a great night.